All right, so I've been noticing something pretty incredible actually. And it's about SCS Software and how they manage their games because honestly, I don't think I've ever seen a studio quite like them. SCS Software is one of those rare studios who just aren't greedy. I know that sounds dramatic, but hear me out. I genuinely think they care about the community. They're making these games for the community, not just to make profits. And in today's gaming industry, that's actually pretty rare. So let me explain what I mean, because this is something that's been on my mind for a while now. And I think it deserves some recognition. Let's start with the most obvious example, the map reworks. Now, if you've been playing Euro Truck Simulator 2 or American Truck Simulator for any length of time, you've probably noticed that SCS has been quietly, methodically reworking huge portions of their maps for free. Let me say that again, for free. They reworked Austria, they reworked California, they reworked Germany, they reworked Switzerland, and now they're working on the UK. And here's the thing, if this were any other studio, I mean any other studio, this would have been called Euro Truck Simulator 2 Remastered or American Truck Simulator Definitive Edition. And we would have had to pay for it. Again, full price, probably $60, maybe even 70. But SCS, nah, they just give it to us as a free update. Because they want their content to remain relevant for longer. They want us to enjoy the game. They want it to feel fresh, even if you bought it 10 years ago. And honestly, that's insane. That's not how the gaming industry works anymore. But SCS doesn't care. They're playing by their own rules. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. Because I think they have a new plan. And it's not just about reworking the map anymore. No. They're reworking paid DLC and even free content. Let me explain. We've already seen this with trucks. Older truck models have been getting visual updates, physics improvements, new interiors, but now they're doing it with trailers. And that's what really caught my attention, as you probably know, with the upcoming update 1.61. The livestock trailer is receiving a huge rework. We're talking completely redone models, better textures, more detail, and on top of that, the Schwarzmüller trailer pack is getting some updates as well. Now, the Schwarzmüller pack is paid DLC. People spent money on that. And instead of just leaving it as is and moving on to the next thing, SCS is going back and improving it for everyone who already owns it, no extra charge. And I think this is just the beginning. I genuinely believe SCS will eventually rework older DLCs as well, like the tuning pack, the wheel DLC, the cabin accessories, all of it. And why are they doing this? Simple. They want to polish their game. They want it to look modern. Not like a game from the 90s, but a game from 2026 that new players would actually want to play. Because here's the reality. Euro Truck Simulator 2 came out in 2012. That's over a decade ago. And American Truck Simulator came out in 2016. These are old games by gaming standards, but instead of abandoning them and making a sequel, SCS has been continuously updating and improving them year after year after year, and that takes dedication, that takes a vision, that takes a studio that actually cares about their players. Now, let's talk about textures for a second, because this is something that honestly blows my mind. SCS has the best textures in the truck simulation world, and it's not even close. I've played other truck sims, I've tried the competitors, and nothing, and I mean nothing, comes close to the level of detail SCS puts into their textures. The road signs, the buildings, it's all just chef's kiss, and they're not stopping. With every update, they're pushing it further, making it look better, making it feel more immersive, and again, for free. Let me give you some specific examples, because I think it's important to really highlight what SCS has done. Let's start with Germany. The Germany rework was massive. Completely redesigned autobahns, new cities, better road networks, improved rest stops, updated gas stations, more realistic signage. This wasn't just a texture update, this was a complete overhaul, and it was free. Then there's California, one of the most iconic states in American Truck Simulator. New highways, better city layouts, improved terrain, more accurate landmarks. And again, free. Austria, same thing. Switzerland, same thing. And now they're working on the UK, which, if you've seen the preview screenshots, looks absolutely stunning. But it's not just the maps. Let's talk about the trucks. SCS has been going back and updating older truck models. The Scania R and Streamline got updated interiors. The DAF XF got a complete visual overhaul. The Volvo FH received new customization options. These are trucks that have been in the game for years, and instead of just leaving them as is, SCS is making sure they still look good compared to the newer models because they understand something important. Players get attached to their trucks. We spend hours customizing them, driving them, building our companies around them. And SCS respects that. They don't want us to feel like our favorite truck is outdated. They want every truck in the game to feel relevant. And now, they're doing the same thing with trailers. The livestock trailer rework is a perfect example. This is a free trailer that's been in the game forever. And they're giving it a complete makeover. Better models, better textures, more realistic animations. Why? Because they can. Because they care. And then there's the Schwarzmüller trailer pack. This is paid DLC. People bought this pack years ago, and instead of just moving on, SCS is going back and improving it, making sure it meets their current quality standards. That's just unheard of. Most studios would never do that. Most studios would say, well, you already bought it, too bad. Buy our new game if you want better graphics, but not SCS. They're in it for the long haul. Pun intended. Now, let me tell you what I think is going to happen next. I think SCS is going to systematically go through every piece of DLC they've ever released and bring it up to modern standards. The cabin accessories DLC probably getting updated textures and new items. The tuning pack likely getting more customization options and improved models. Special transport DLC, maybe improved physics and better trailer models, and all of this will be free for people who already own it, because that's just how SCS operates. They're not trying to nickel and dime us. They're trying to build the best trucking simulation possible and keep it relevant for as long as possible. Now, let's compare this to other studios for a second, because I think it really puts things in perspective. Take Rockstar, for example. Grand Theft Auto 5 came out in 2013, and instead of updating it for free. Or look at Bethesda. Skyrim has been re-released like 5 times. Special Edition, Anniversary Edition, VR Edition, all paid, or even CD Projekt Red. The Witcher 3 next-gen update was free, which is great. But they also charged for the Cyberpunk expansion. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying those studios are evil. They're businesses, they need to make money. But SCS is also a business. And yet, they're choosing a different path. They're choosing to invest in their existing games to keep their community happy. To make sure that whether you bought the game in 2012 or 2025, you're getting the same quality experience. And that's really special. Now, I know some people might say, well, SCS makes money from DLC, so they're not that generous. And yeah, that's true. They do release paid DLC. Map expansions, truck packs, trailer packs. But here's the thing. That DLC is always fairly priced, it's always high quality, and it's always optional. You don't need any DLC to enjoy the game. The base game is perfectly playable, and SCS keeps improving that base game for free. So yeah, they make money from DLC, but they also give back so much to the community. It's a fair trade, and honestly, I'm happy to support them, because I know they're going to keep improving the game I love.